Alright, this is the one I had pulled up. This is one of the ones y'all sent me. From Lucis Paul, the salty guide to Final Fantasy XIV healing in 5 minutes or less. Here we go.
Do you like the feeling of godhood? Having ultimate control over destiny? Holding the fate of the party in your hands? Then you're looking at the wrong role. Because healers are not for the power hungry. As of 6.0, healers are for role players. Or people who are too angry to learn anything else. Welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV Healing in a Nutshell Guide. And I'm here to tell you that we can get through this disaster together. Step 1, you are a healer. What do you think your job is? Multiple choice, take your time.
Oh my god.
If your answer was healing, it's time to pick a different role. And if that sounds weird, it's because the tank can do most of your healing for you. So your real job is just making sure that no one kicks the bucket. You can accomplish this by having everyone at full health, or you could end the fight like me, where everyone is living on a f***ing prayer. Yes, indeed, your real job is 98% dealing damage and 2% babysitting the DPS that just can't seem to pick up a mechanic after seeing it for the 14th time. You are the unappreciated mom of the party. You are here to kiss the job potion summoners' boo-boos and make them better. But no more than that, for you are a strict tiger mom, and all DPS should be forced to suffer. I mean, don't let them die, but let them panic at the disco a little bit. Who doesn't love seeing a summoner spam physic in pure desperation? Step 2, you have to pick a healer. What method will you use? Should you pick a healer that appeals to you on a personal level and won't lead to burnout? Or will you follow the all-knowing meta of the game that definitely matters? Trick question. Pretty much every healer is just the other healer, but with a different coat of paint, so I highly recommend picking Sage because damn, those lasers are sick, boy. I mean, yeah, there are some differences, but I can simplify them real quick for you, so here we go. White Mage is your go-to pick if you hate both yourself and thinking. Astrologian, pick this if you hate
Wine
having
Mom,
a moment of
oh
peace
my
and
god.
you enjoy carpal tunnel. Scholar, pick this if you love Navi and you like it when people die through no fault of your own. And Sage, pick this if you're a f***ing base Chad and you have a need for speed. And there you have it. Enjoy your new main friend. Step 3, so you've chosen your healer. How do you go about setting up your hotbar? You may recall that I said 98% of your time will be spent DPSing. This might not be true at first when you're new to the role, but as you get used to it and start to realize how little damage there is in mainline content, this will indeed be the case. Just put your damage spells on whichever key you don't mind losing from overuse and put your healing wherever suits your fancy. Now as you're doing this, you may realize something. Hey, so I was putting all my skills on the hotbar, but I only have 2 buttons that deal damage. I must be missing something. Is that really what I'm doing 98% of the time? Yeah, that is kinda weird, huh? Maybe we should ask the devs to do something about that. Hey, UCP, the healers know you're not gonna increase damage, so they just want more DPS things to do. You want me to tell them that? Okay. Bye, Daddy. Alright, so I know you're still in a Realm Reborn and your single target rotation doesn't change from level 45 to 90, but he told me to tell you to queue for Ultimate. Yeah, I don't really know myself on that one. Step 4, so you just died and watched the tank carry the entire party through 80% of the boss's HP like it was nothing, huh? Don't worry, happens to all of us. Yoshi forbid you're new to a dungeon and you die to a mechanic at the beginning. Red mages and summoners are never there when that happens. And Endwalker tanks have made it their personal mission to flex their new self-healing at the expense of the entire party. But I get it. You need advice to soften the blow dealt to your ego. Once upon a time, you were the based healer who could carry any tank through the largest of bowls. Now you're just here because the duty finder said you have to be. My suggestion is to simply become a masochist. When you enjoy the pain, the tanks have no power over you. In fact, you should probably start ERPing in Sage Chat to assert your dominance over the entire party. See if he can self-heal himself through that emotional trauma. Step 5. Now there's been a lot of negatives in this video, but if you've learned to navigate this cruel healing world, let me take a moment just to say thank you. You're doing a job not many people want, and where would those horrible DPS be without you? Even though you're never gonna have more than 2 buttons to deal damage, even though several of your job skills are useless enough to almost never get touched, even though your kit works against itself, even though you have too much healing when everything is going well, and not enough healing when more than 2 people make a mistake, even though warriors can heal themselves better than you ever could, even though Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the guide, and you are now a Chad healer! Wow, this
my God, you
role
guys,
sounds
we're
really
Chads.
well designed and fun. To summarize, keep everyone at 5% just to feel alive again and learn to love pain.
The
Thank
pizza.
you so much for making my tank queues shorter. I love you, healer mains. Yay!
Oh my god. That was fucking amazing. I love that. We're Chads now. We're all Chad healers. Go forth and Chad. Go forth, I tell you, and chat it up. Oh my god. That was great.
Thank you.
There we go. Oh, that was a. Oh. Not saying to stay on forever tonight, but you should check some of her others out later. We can watch one more of hers because we watched like 4 of the other dudes, so only fair. Only fair. And I went ahead and subscribed to her since oh my god. What should I watch? Which one should I watch? Because I don't know where to start. Hang on, let me. I don't even know where. I don't even know where to click. I'm afraid. Is it this one? Tanking in Final Fantasy 14 in 5 minutes or less? This one you mean? Check Discord. Yeah, okay, that's the one then. Alright. Here we go.
Evil? No? Do you want to learn how to be? You read the title right. This is a tanking guide. Because tanking is not about fulfilling your roleplay fantasy, protecting the party. It's not even about satisfying your main character syndrome. It's about going fast. So fast that you knock the Earth out of orbit and become the enemy of the entire world. That's right. Tanking is all about the big pulls, baby! Remember, when the paladin cat girl says she can take 20 guys at once, she means it literally. And she achieves it through sheer force of will, determination, and these goofy little buttons called sprint and defensive cooldowns. You may be thinking to yourself, surely there's more nuance to this. And there is, but you'd be shocked at how far these 2 things alone can take you. Hell, healers are so used to bad tanks now that they'll fall into uncontrollable lust if you use arm's length. I mean, can you imagine?
Wow.
There are people out there who don't use it. This baby can fit so much mitigation inside of it. So yeah, please mitigate damage so you can last longer. You wouldn't want to be a 1-minute man, would you? So go right ahead and pick one. Oh, and just remember that it's better to use 1 or 2 cooldowns at a time. And don't blow your load all at once, okay? We interrupt this broadcast to give you a pop quiz. Here's the $1 million question. You queue into a dungeon and the DPS is pulling mobs ahead of you. What do you do? If you said you pull, you tank, then for the sake of Franklin's left ass cheek, just go back to DPS roles. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you have to like it when DPS decide to pull ahead of you, but I am telling you that watching a DPS die and grieving the rest of the party by refusing to do your job is not the way. So if you're not ready to ignore the Leroy Jenkins, hop a Viagra and perform, this might not be the role for you. But that's why I'm here to help. There's a super pro gamer move that lets you avoid this situation entirely. Be faster. Pull before them. Use sprint. This is how you use sprint. Did you see that? Right before you pull the pack so you get that sweet, juicy, succulent 20-second sprint. Pathetic DPS have no hope of passing you. After all, you control the pace, and the pace is always full fucking throttle, baby!
Oh my god!
You're pulling big, you're rotating your cooldowns, and you are using your AoE rotation to maintain aggro for the love of fucking God. That means that by this point, you're already better than 90% of Duty Finder tanks. But
Wow.
there is still an elephant in the room. Boss fights. What about those? Well, don't worry. You see this little guy? You're gonna smack him, turn him around this way, and yeah. That's pretty much it. Just don't cleave the party. You may be asking yourself, but what about my cooldowns for the bosses? How many should I save for that? And the answer is none. Don't fall for that shit. It's a trap. With large dungeon pulls, which I encourage you to do, mobs are gonna pound you way harder than the boss will. Don't save cooldowns for these wet noodle hits. There is one exception. Sometimes you will see this ominous red symbol on your character, which means you should probably use one cooldown. Yeah. Nice. Now, all that remains is choosing the tank you want to escape the city with. Every tank is similar, but they all have their quirks, so here's a crash course. Paladin, play this if you also like sparkly shit and you're still naive enough to believe in things like law and order. Warrior, play this if all you care about is being indestructible and you think being a dumbass is a lifestyle choice.
Oh my god.
Play this if you're compensating for something and your dad is still out looking for milk. And
oh my god!
Yeah, just play this if you're a degenerate and you can't handle peace and quiet. And congratulations!
Wow.
It's time to receive your
the descriptions alone.
PhD, which means you're all ready for tanking content. Just don't forget this
god.
one little thing. Tank stance. Now coming in 4 special little flavors of the exact same thing. These days, if you blink at the enemy, it'll hate you for life. This groundbreaking modern technology is found only in Final Fantasy XIV, where tanks are just more defensive DPS. Join us today for just $12.99 a month. A new superiority complex guaranteed or your money back.
Oh wow, what a deal.
Gamer-raging behaviors. Please contact your therapist before ordering.
What a deal. Please contact your therapist before ordering. Good advice, really. Good advice, really, in general. That was amazing.
For just $12.99.
Oh my god. That was good. That was good. I enjoyed those. Oh, thanks you guys for telling me about these.